Hey everyone, Dr. Nuesse from EasyDOTphysicals.com back again with another video. This video is specifically going to be aimed at trying to break the stigma that anyone who uses THC is stupid, lazy, or otherwise unproductive. So the fact is, and I'm going to show you some examples, that some of the most influential people throughout history have used THC and are open about using THC. And I'm not saying that they helped change the world because of their use, but I'm saying that they at least did it despite their use. And these people are basically universally recognized as brilliant, innovative, and certainly productive members of society. So today I'm going to introduce you to several of these world-shaping individuals who openly used THC. So I invite you to stay subscribed to this channel if you want to hear more topics like this. And also, please just take a second to like this video. As we all know, YouTube hates these types of videos, so liking this video helps YouTube send it out to more people. All right, so I made a list here. I'm going to be referencing the list. Let's start with computer scientist, entrepreneur, Steve Jobs. He was a visionary, he was a perfectionist, and he was the Apple founder or co-founder. And in his words, I'm quoting him here, weed helped him, quote, relax and be more creative. So he openly used marijuana, and he also stated that he did not like using alcohol. So his preference was to use marijuana, to use cannabis. Here's the kicker about Apple specifically. Apple became a business. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest at this point, business in the world currently. And early Apple employees were subject to drug testing, including THC testing, and some were fired because they failed THC tests. So Steve Jobs may be able to get away with whatever he wants because he is at the absolute top. But the people under him, unfortunately, some of them were not so lucky. So it seems that even under a boss that openly used THC, the stigma of, again, employees being lazy when using THC, even off the clock, was too much for companies, this company at least, to overcome. All right, so we go from a scientist to an artist. Here we're going to talk about Snoop Dogg. Cannabis is not just part of Snoop Dogg's lifestyle, it's his actual brand, and he actually makes millions of dollars promoting cannabis. So his rap career began at a time when he was completely, obviously, open about his use. He talked about his use in his songs, he rapped about his use, and in Snoop Dogg's case, he didn't just prosper despite THC use, he prospered because of his THC use. Snoop Dogg is obviously a rare case. He doesn't need a 9-to-5 job. But if your employer has a zero tolerance policy, THC is in your system, even if you used it legally and off the clock, this could cost you your job. All right, Snoop Dogg was a layup. It was a gimme. I will completely admit that. Up next, we've got another scientist, Carl Sagan, who is a world-famous astrophysicist and a science communicator. And yes, he was a cannabis advocate, and he wrote about how cannabis had a positive effect on his life, but he did so under a very generic pseudonym, Mr. X. So why did he have to write about his cannabis use under a pseudonym? Why the secrecy? It's because he knew that being open about his cannabis use could cost him credibility in the scientific community. It could cost him money, grants, and overall respect in, again, the academic world. And later on, he would go, and there's a video on YouTube of him talking about it, advocating for marijuana in certain medical situations. Again, you can look that up on YouTube. It's him speaking about marijuana use in patients who need kind of palliative care. All right, and then we've got Maya Angelou, obviously Bob Marley, Hunter S. Thompson, more contemporarily, Mike Tyson, Joe Rogan, and I could go on and on and on. They're all brilliant, they're all creative, and they are all linked openly to cannabis use. So don't ever let anyone make you feel lazy or unproductive simply because you decide to use cannabis. Now, if you just happen to be lazy and are a cannabis user, recognize this as well and don't play the victim and just assume people are judging you based on your use. All right, so here is the truth. Cannabis might fuel creativity, it might bring calm, it might even be legal in your state, and to be clear, I am not advocating for doing anything illegal or that may jeopardize your health or your career, so there's the legal disclaimer. But legality does not equal immunity, not at work, not with insurance, not with custody, not with immigration. So while it's inspiring to see famous people embrace cannabis, it's dangerous to assume that their reality applies to yours, because when you have a drug test, your boss is certainly not calling up Snoop Dogg for his opinion. So what's the takeaway? The takeaway is that if you are going to use cannabis and your work, or you need to be tested for some other reason, if you are subject to THC testing, you want to make sure you're going to pass those tests. There's two things you can do to help you know that you are going to pass these tests. One is home drug test. I will leave links to, as always, my preferred home drug test from Exploro in the description box below, and take our free Taught by Me masterclass teaching you how to be best prepared to pass an upcoming drug test. All right, so those are the facts. I hope you liked this video. Stay subscribed here, and until next time, everybody, stay safe.